We are your hosts. I'm Average Weeb 2,
I'm Japanese OC God.
And I'm Chris, is that a vac?
and welcome to Anime Review. We are reviewing our first new gen anime, Fire Force, aka NN no Shobutai. Fire Force, originally based on the shonen manga series, written and illustrated by Atsushi Okubo. It had a 24-episode release on generally consecutive weeks, apart from the third episode postponement due to the untimely and somewhat ironic burning of the AAA studio Kyoto Animation. Aside from that, my first impression of this anime was very, very positive, and I think we all agree that from the beginning it had major potential.
Japanese OC God would second that opinion.
I do, yes, I would second that.
Everyone had the same thoughts watching this first season, that this anime has serious potential to become a new classic.
Yeah, I mean, so from the first scene, we kind of get introduced to our main character, but in a kind of a less traditional way. We just plunge straight into the action, which is quite shonen in many ways.
Nothing, go straight into it.
Yeah, no introduction, no voiceovers. It's fine.
Bro, I'm pretty sure we can't say that on record, bro.
That's getting edited out. It's fine.
Why? I got like purple shit coming out my nose. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You're dying. I
have coronavirus.
Oh it's like, shut the fuck up.
Why would you transition to an... This is not the Tokyo.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Chris, is that a vac? Can you go back to what you were talking about with the opening scene?
Yeah, so... Shut up. We just have a quick point about the opening scene. I think it really effectively introduces what the anime is all about, what we're sort of getting into in this 24-part series.
And it's hype. It's really hype.
There's a lot of hype. Yeah.
It's live.
It's quite live, and sort of this whole intro, it really does effectively transmit what the show's going to be about.
Sets the tone.
Sets the tone. There's no narration. There's no previous disposition of like some disembodied voice talking about explaining the anime that we're in. It just goes straight in there, and I think that's a really effective way of starting the show.
First scene, we are introduced to 4 of what do we call it? Number 8? What do you call them?
Squad 8.
Some bullshit like that.
Yeah, Squad 8 or something.
We introduced Squad 8, the captain, the gun fella, the woman, and the priestess. The priestess is, I'm not gonna lie, man, useless. The only thing she's good.
Yo, and Maki, she fit. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, no, they all fit, man. All the women on this show are hot.
What I want to understand is how my guy fighting fire with guns. He shoots guns. Okay, sorry to sidetrack, but that is like one of my main issues.
No, I think he's sick. I think he's awesome.
He shoots guns out of fire. What the fuck is that about? What is that supposed to do? You can't extinguish a fire with bullets.
Does he use like full-on bullets?
Yeah, this dude shoots bullets. He can like ricochet them or whatever. Does it?
No, but in the final arc where he was fighting White Cloud,
Clearly, Kyoto Animation used some of the firefighting techniques they wrote into the show when they tried to put out the fire in their animation studio.
Oh no!
Oh
I mean,
Lord!
I kind of how to use some fire
Lord.
extinguishers and shit, boy,
no.
because a couple fellas got smoked. Not a good situation.
But another one of the pros I think we all have to agree on is the opening.
OP1. Can we talk about OP1?
The OP1 was insane.
Yeah. Inferno. And
also, there's no warning. That shit comes out of nowhere. You're watching the episode, you know, it's going well. It's like 3 minutes in, that shit hits you instantly. That OP will make you want to start a fight after listening to it.
Definitely.
Yeah, come on, all right, seriously.
Can we talk about the character design? I want to talk about the platinum drip.
Okay. So character design. This is a pro. This is going in the pro section. What are we saying about Shoko Sakabe?
Okay, well, so I already knew this guy was gonna be the coolest motherfucker on earth, but this fella has the platinum drip. This
Fuego. He's Fuego.
He's got the hood meme accounts popping.
Just a quick point about, I think just in general in the show, the character's design was it was done extremely well. Specifically with Shoko Sakabe.
The initial character design. Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah, initial character design. Shut the fuck up. You're going across points. I'm sick of this shit. We're recording here for 30 minutes now, and you can't stay on a fucking point, you idiot.
Okay, look who's talking, retard.
Not as much as Bot J at Lil Mosey, but
Bot J at Lil Mosey went absolutely.
Side note. This is Bot J. Honestly, went out of this world at Lil Mosey. And can I just say, Lil Mosey was a horrible concert. Waste of time. Nobody ever go to his concerts.
Lil Mosey's trash. Straight trash.
This show does not endorse Lil Mosey in any way, shape, or form.
So another thing I think that actually makes me want to start fights is the Shinra curb stomp.
So
the Shinra curb stomp was one of the livest.
That is a serious pro about the show.
I mean,
like we go from Cat Lady crying like a little bitch, and little kids getting set on fire by the antagonist, who I forgot his name already. Let's be honest, the guy was irrelevant as hell.
He had the star eyes,
and then we have my guy coming in with his fire feet through the roof with the devilish look on his face, and he curb stomps the guy into oblivion.
Let's just say that guy's teeth were no longer existed.
Like Madeline McCann.
Okay.
Just another point about things in the show making you want to start fights. How tragic the second OP was. How it gave me lung cancer.
Whoa!
It was horrible.
I think it's quite harsh to say.
All I'm saying, Kyoto Animation fell off after their ghetto-ass studio burnt down. That is why the second OP was so atrocious compared to the masterpiece that was the first.
I'm not gonna lie. Second OP. Please, Chris sees easy. I think that's quite harsh when reviewing the second opening. I think the second opening was
in the background. Can we play that shit? Someone play that shit in the background.
Somebody run that on, because I think it got me kind of hyped. 2
million views. That's a lot.
1.4k dislikes in comparison to 40k. Ben, I think your opinion is skewing.
This is awful. Listen to this.
Oh my god. I think it's decent. I think it's pretty good. I think it's You're capping, bro. You're capping. Surely. What the fuck is this? No. Okay, wait. Pause something right now.
That is shocking.
Hey, Louis, keep that up. Can you open a browser, please? Can you look up Fire Force cosplayer, please? Just 1 second. I just want to make a point here. I've made this point before off camera, just for anybody. I mean, please go on images. Yeah. Oh wait, hold up. As I would like to say, people like these make me ashamed into watching anime. People like these take the fun out of watching anime. people like these deserve to be cornered into a room. And wait 1 second.
Can I just make a point here that a Japanese Osu god is the only virgin in this show? So,
Shiba Sekya. Yo,
look at this fucking useless. Wait, pause this whole thing right now. Pause this whole thing right now.
Dog shit character.
Look at this useless specimen on the floor. She's the Sakura of Fire Force. That's what I have to say. Look at that thing.
Disabled.
Look at that thing.
Disabled.
The only thing this person is good for is losing their clothes. And that's their superpower.
Its existence in the show was for fan service. Purely fan service.
Yeah, and she's a weak character. I mean, this is where I think the character design,
right here.
the character design. Okay, if we're going into negatives, let's start off with the limited character development or the whack character development. So Chris, you're gonna handle power scaling, which I think is completely it's dog. And then here, I mean, this is a prime example of where character development is non-existent. It doesn't exist. She is the epitome of useless. She provides no help in any of the battles. She's a fan service character through and through, and she's done by some really whiny voice actor that just makes everyone upset, and she's a liability to the whole of the team. Just for me. Okay. So let's talk about the power scaling in Fire Force as a real negative of this show.
So yeah, it was one of the major issues I had with this anime. I mean, a lot of criticism is leveled at Naruto and Dragon Ball Z for sort of the fact that their power scaling sometimes doesn't really make any sense. But in this fight that you're witnessing on screen right now, Shinra learns how to travel through time in light speed and reassemble his body from atoms in the space of like a 20-minute fight. Makes no sense whatsoever. Is it dog shit writing?
And bear in mind, just on top of that the power he accumulates in this kind of 20-minute period would have taken several hundred episodes for characters to gain in Dragon Ball or for characters to gain in Naruto. I mean,
that is an extremely valid point.
He skips out all of the weird and hard training arcs. I mean, there literally is a no training arc, which I think is one of the negatives of the show because it could really use that as a shonen anime. That's what it's missing, I think, and because it shows no development.
Real quick, he's an 8-year-old child and he has a Dio-like time stop ability, which I think personally is ridiculous. I mean, he's essentially had to go through no hardships. He just has some gay thing with the evangelist or whatever the fuck that's called. I don't give a fuck. But he's like 8 and he can stop time. There's just some bullshit going on with that. So this anime was animated by Kyoto Animation, who's like quite a prominent studio in Japan. And as they were animating this anime, which is about firefighters and people like self-combusting and fire, their studio burnt down. Albeit their studio was ghetto as fuck, but there's got to be something cursed about that. You don't just make an anime about fire and then your shit burns down. That something's fucked about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the problem.
Such a mop fella from Fire Force.
Oh god, this guy's way too overpowered.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. The guy who chucks mops.
Yeah, see, we'll take it from here. Yeah, alright, you ready? Put the volume.
He absolutely violates. Look at how OP this guy is. It's ridiculous. He's honestly retarded.
Pulling in the mops.
He has like a drone strike of mops.
This man, the mob squad, rolling up. Yeah.
And can we just take a point out about the animation of this fight?
Absolutely exquisite. I think the voice character of this, just the nice, deep, monotone voice, just makes everything so much more dramatic.
Like he does that, he's not even sweating.
This is just super hype. This is super hype. This is the reason I think this anime is good, basically.
And what I like about these two characters, what I like about this character and his
wait till
here we go. We got it.
Alright, turn that shit up. I told you.
What is that?
Hood compilation era.
Hood compilation finish.
Priestess, as you can see her doing the iconic
La Tom. To wrap up Fire Force, final opinions, please, Chris Zadavac.
Huge potential. What makes it so good is the fact that the fight scenes are hype and animated extremely well. And even though we've given it some shit for bad character development, I think sort of the wide range of characters with their own sort of little personalities and traits are actually quite effective in conveying quite an interesting story in the world that they build. So I'll be excited to see what season 2 brings if it ever happens. I mean, who knows? The shit's cursed. Might have another ghetto building collapse or some shit. Don't know.
That is factual.
Okay, so Trappanese Osu God, closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts, Fire Force. While I do agree this is a good new gen anime, in comparison to others, I think it is good, but is it as good as what we've seen so far?
What are we saying?
New generation
B tier. B tier for new gen anime.
I'd say new gen anime.
I would argue it's an A tier, personally.
A tier, yeah, I'd say A tier, but
I would argue it's A tier.
A tier, but there's better.
There is better. There is definitely better.
Such as Dr. Stone, which we'll be discussing.
Dr. Stone.
So yeah, I largely agree with that. I think it's really good. It's really fun. It's fun to watch. Whether it's something I see becoming a classic or becoming something that is like as widely praised as one of the greats, i.e. one of the greats in terms of the anime community, like Naruto, Dragon Ball, or if it's got the same potential to be kind of as emotionally powerful as some of the other new gen animes, I'm not sure.
I think the beauty about this anime is that it's unique. Like, I don't think I've seen any other anime which is remotely anywhere near this.
Yeah, I mean, it is a classic shonen anime, but it's hard to compare with the others. Definitely.
Yeah. I think this show has qualities that are quite unique compared to other new gen animes. It hasn't really performed in such a way as others have in terms of popularity and just recognition and like good new gen animation.
And that's it. Thanks very much for watching Anime Review. I am your host, Average Weeb 2.
私はトラピニーズオスゴです。
And I am Chris Zadavac. Thank you for watching.
Weeb.